What is up, Ocala? Coach Joey coming in. It is May 15th. It's almost 1:30, and I wanted to come in with a little bit of a nutritional information today. For those of you who don't know me, I own and operate CrossFit Ocala here in Central Florida. We're located on the backside of Target, and we're kind of an encompassing fitness facility. So we are a CrossFit affiliate, so we do small group classes that are based around CrossFit methodologies. We also do small group classes, personal training. We have all ladies classes. We're getting ready to launch a couple new programs like CrossFit Kids. We're also going to launch a boot camp program hopefully by the end of the summer. But one of the things that we've always done is we've done nutrition programs where either we do something as simple as just free nutrition consults with the community, or we'll actually work closely one-on-one with select individuals who are really looking to kind of dial in their nutrition. So what I want to talk about today is the metabolic rate. So one of the big things, and kind of one of the newer trends when it comes to your nutrition, is paying attention not so much to the calories in and the calories out, but paying attention to your metabolic rate. And there's a lot of things that are involved with that. So one of the things that I want to talk about with you now is kind of in layman's terms how that works. So your metabolic rate is essentially an adaptive strategy for energy expenditure throughout the day, meaning that your body will actually adjust its metabolic rate based on a couple of different things. One is your calorie expenditure, and then two is how many calories that you consume in a normal day. So let's say that you're somebody who consumes 2,000 calories a day and you sit on the couch for the majority of that day. What happens is your metabolic rate is going to adjust to that, meaning that it's going to understand exactly how much calories it needs to sustain normal life function. It's going to understand how much calories it needs to, to survive. And then what's also going to happen is it's going to start to calculate the amount of calories that it needs for the expenditure. Now, if you're somebody who sits on a couch all day, that number's not going to be very, very high. And then typically what ends up happening is that whatever's left over is your body will start to store it. So obviously there's a couple of different ways that you could start to manipulate that. One is going to be through your diet. You can lower the calories so you don't have an abundance of calories. That's why these theories usually only work with somebody who's active. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about, this isn't going to be somebody who has a sedentary lifestyle. It's going to be somebody who's out being active, working out at least 3 or 4 days a week, or has a pretty active job. The other way that we can control it, obviously, is going to be through activity. But this is the trick or the kicker that comes in. One of the reasons why the constantly varied functional movement methods work so well is because it doesn't allow your metabolic system to adapt. So here's an example. Let's say I'm that same person who consumes 2,000 calories a day, and I've been sitting on a couch all day, every day for a year. And then one day I decide, all right, I'm going to start jogging a mile a day. Well, typically what ends up happening is during the start of that process, whether it be 6, 8, 12, maybe even 18 weeks, your body will start to lose weight because what's happened is you increased your daily expenditure, but you haven't increased the calories to match. So obviously you're going to start to lose weight. But then what ends up happening is you hit that plateau that people refer to. And the reason that happens is because our metabolic rate is adaptive. So it's going to adjust itself to lower your resting metabolic rate, so you're not burning as many calories when you're resting. And then you get to a place where you get stuck in that position where, man, I'm not losing any more weight. What can I do? And then there's a couple of things. You can either A, increase the distance or the intensity of the exercise that you're doing, or B, you can start to decrease again. But then eventually it's going to adapt itself out and it's all going to level out again. And then this is where people start to get frustrated and they start having those hard questions like, well, what do I do now? Or I've been doing this, or I've been running 3 miles a day now for 8 months and I haven't been able to get rid of that last little bit of weight that I want. So this is where us coming in, or you guys coming in, sitting down, having a consult with us, we're able to kind of look at some of the things that you've been doing, both with exercise, also with nutrition, and then we start to make some small adjustments. And then during this time, we're going to set you guys up for success. This is one of the things, or the toughest things that people have trying to find those answers on their own. So if you guys have any questions about this, don't hesitate to give us a call. We do free nutrition consults with, an abundance of people in the community. There's no obligation for you to be a member of the gym. There's no obligation for you to take that information and use it. It doesn't cost you anything, but at least gives you an opportunity to kind of come in, ask some questions. But as you guys, if you're sitting at home and you're like, man, why am I stuck in this place? Start to think about that metabolic rate. So if you've been running 3 miles a day, it's not going to hurt you to change it up every other day. Maybe do some sort of strength routine. Maybe do some sprints, maybe do some burpees or some sit-ups or something that's going to switch it up. Maybe play a game of basketball, maybe play a game of tennis. Don't just get stuck in the rut of doing the same thing and then expecting the results to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. Remember, our bodies are adaptive, so they're always going to kind of level out, and if we don't make the change, then it's just going to kind of sit there, and then that's where the frustration comes in. All right, you guys, so Coach Joey out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know. Hopefully we'll see some of you in the gym, and you guys out there in Marion County, like I said, if you have any questions, hit us up, let us know. We're more than happy to help. We have a great team here, and you know, our goal is to kind of help everybody improve their quality of life through health and wellness. One of the best ways to do that is going to be through nutrition. All right, you guys, we'll see you later. Have a good one.